Shalom, this week's Sedra is Sedra Vayechi. Contrary to popular opinion, Judaism is not a superstitious religion. Although many of our practices seem superstitious, they aren't superstitious and all have rational explanations. Although unfortunately, some superstitious practices have crept into Judaism over the years of our exile, but they aren't natural or inherent to Judaism. They've come from other religions or pagans that we've lived in close proximity to and assimilated their practice into ours. One example of seeming superstition appears in a comment in this week's Torah portion. This week we read, Israel, meaning Jacob, stretched out his right hand and laid it on Ephraim's head, though he was the younger one, and his left hand on Manasseh's head, thus crossing his hands, although Manasseh was really the firstborn. Yaakov started by blessing Yosef, saying, "The God in whose ways my father Avram and Yitzchak walked, the God who has been my shepherd from my birth to this day, the angel who has redeemed me from all harm, shall bless these two lads. In them my name may be recalled, and the names of my fathers Avram and Yitzchak, and may they be teeming multitudes upon the earth." Rashi uses a play on the word multitudes, which in Hebrew can seem related to fish, and wrote that Yaakov blessed the brothers to be like fish, which are fruitful and which multiply, and which the evil eye cannot affect. The evil eye seems to be a superstitious idea related to the mystical and not connected to the authentic Judaism of our sages. What is the evil eye that Rashi wrote Yaakov was blessing his grandchildren to be protected from? Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai was quoted in Pirkei Avos having challenged his students, "Go and see which is the evil way a man should avoid." His student Rabbi Elazar responded, "An evil eye." In his explanation of what an evil eye is, the Rambam didn't write that an evil eye is some sort of witch's spell put on an innocent person that causes great harm. Such superstitious nonsense is not part of the Jewish tradition. Judaism abhors the occult, considering it contrary to all that rational, wise thought that is the basis of the Torah stands for. Instead, the Rambam explained that the evil eye is an attitude of not being happy with the great blessings a person already has, and spends their time on trying to acquire more. The evil eye is a harmful force, but it is found within a person's personality, not in some mystical imaginary force. In his commentary to the previous Mishnah, Rabbi Yonah had explained that Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai's challenge to find a good path for a man to walk on as a challenge and advice to find the greatest character trait whose improvement would positively affect other traits. At times, one trait is so crucial, its correction sets the person into a system where they're able to correct other traits much easier. The same rationale can be used to explain Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai's statement that a person should go and see which is the evil way, which a man should avoid. Just as the correction of a good trait puts a person into a system where correcting good traits becomes easy, following a corrupt path puts a person in a system where other traits are also easily corrupted. An evil eye, a negative and pessimistic attitude, can destroy a person. A person isn't able to dream and think of accomplishing great things if they're always viewing the world through the lens of what's wrong with the world instead of what can be done right in the world. The same is true of a nation. Yaakov blesses his grandsons that they avoid an evil eye and think positively about their future. It is a lesson we, Yaakov's descendants, should also take to heart. Shabbat Shalom.